of all they're leaving behind. Hello, EMP, how are you? From the Stoneholds of Dwarves by Brother Gingivitis. Ah, another paragon.
Bread? Please, sir. Just a bit of bread.
Okay. Paragon Garral. Paragon Orzammar. Okay. So we have... Apparently I just use the same model for every man and woman.
As you say.
Certainly seems like it.
You know, Win, I have a friend back in Antiva who would be very excited to meet you.
I'm sorry?
Salvail prefers women with experience and maturity. He says they have more substance, are more robust and flavorful.
Does he now?
Indeed. No need to deny it. Zevran knows a fine bird when he sees one.
I am not a bird.
There is no reason to deny yourself the pleasure of male companionship after all, yes? You might balk now, but I assure you, Salvail is a gentleman of means and quite handsome.
I am going to walk away now. Calmly, coolly. This is to save you the pain of having your brain forcibly removed through your ears.
This must be a Ferelden thing, I swear.
Yeah, EMP, this is how the random selection of the party went. So yes, no tank, but they have 2 mages. That should count for something. But don't worry, because I'm going to randomize it again down the road. I'm not going to do all the quest line with this party, that would be crazy. The key to the city. While your concerns have merit, the Assembly has made itself clear. The space within the dike is at a premium, but the intended function of all the whole merits the additional resources committed. The statues of the Paragons must be the core of the whole of Heroes. There is no other placement that so benefits dwarven interests. It is the first glimpse that surface ambassadors have of Orzammar, and an introduction not just to our lean ancestors, but also to the stone from which we were born. There must see its shape before they can understand the complexity of its raw form. The whole must also serve a second purpose, as a last sight for the departing brethren. Those who choose to live must do so with the heavy glaze of their ancestors at their backs. It is a reminder of duty and of consequence. We will promote all manner of trade, but also reinforce that those who live for too long will return as strangers to the stone. Report to the Assembly Zoning Commission. Uh, just like the US Congress. Yeah, I understand that the tank is really important. But I'm putting a premium on dialogue here. Over gameplay. At my cost.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You cannot speak that way about the man who should be king!
Sorry.
I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. Thank goodness. You'll all have it in the
The only guy that gets killed is uh, the guard, Lord Pyral Harumund. No one is born with the rights of the stone. The sitting king may recommend a successor, but the assembly ultimately decides who will rule. House Harumund is one of the oldest noble houses, as old as Orzammar itself. Endrin's most trusted advisor, Harumund, is well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromises in the ever-warring assembly. But apparently not this time. Let me see, because I have a lot of codex. Balin Ayuk. This is a time for action, not culture debate! Third of King Endrin's children, Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family. Not the heir, nor the favorite, and nor as accomplished as either sibling. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. Okay. Arl Imon Warring. Then I finding remains and what? Then I read that before? Whatever. Creatures, let's get out of this as well. A dragon. I already read this, I'm pretty sure. Back in the Temple of Andraste. I should look at him. Yeah, this is the best music of the game, I would say. But this is better, certainly. Magic, cold damage. Ooh. Fire damage and electricity damage without wind.
Orzammar welcomes the Grey Wardens.
For a tiny people, they certainly build high ceilings.
Now that is a remarkable amount of lava. Do you think anyone ever falls in?
You are a handsome canine specimen, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, look at the tiny stubby tail. Would you like a nicer tail? I could give you a long, swishy tail if you like. Just a wave of a wand and poof, tail. You'll adore it, I promise. Or maybe you would like to be a different color. We could spice up that drab brown with some red or blue, perhaps even violet. War dogs need to be pretty too, don't they? Yes, you want to be pretty, pretty dog. That's right, you just love attention, don't you? And you want antlers. A big swishy tail and hey! He made off with my staff. Perhaps I underestimated his intelligence.
Is it true all the wardens are dead?
Hello, Bottle. No, I just had a lot of work, so I couldn't stream. I will maybe get that dagger? I know there is a very good dagger, but it's like 200 gold or something. It's a fucking crazy thing. Key to the city, and I get this. Ah, another one. Pursuant to Order 5-1A, no dwarf of indeterminate caste may conduct business in the commons. This was subsequently clarified by the Assembly to mean that the owning and operating of stalls and kiosks is limited to those of identified and approved house names with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. Exceptions including the old purchase of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction at the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. I am sure you understand the need to maintain a strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when they are making a concerted effort, we are making a concerted effort to encourage outside investment. The standards of Dusttown and that of the common brand are simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied. From a judgment at the Assembly Trade Council regarding Mills reclaimed wares. I guess he was so pissed off he just threw a thing
Good
in
day
the
to you.
floor. The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship. The city of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frost Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava bed, continually fontaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to a noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king as well as the shepherd, which serves as a repository of all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzammar craftsmen are on sale. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, is the Brewing Grounds, a sacred arena where dwarves by ancient tradition settle their disputes. On one side of the fire river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dusttown, now home to the city's castless. On the other side are the deep roads, which are joined by the sprawling dwarven empire, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, the Trials of Brother Gingivitis.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
Can a city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry.
The proving.
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Okay. Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones to talk to.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
Fucking dwarves and their stupid rules. Okay. You mentioned paragons?
Surfacers appoint no paragons?
I don't know.
Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Whatever. Atlantis coming and I need Orzammar assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
No paragons here indeed. Ah, maybe that's when he mentioned paragons. Give me a second, I want to make sure of something. Just in case, you never know with Twitch. Okay. I should get going.
Yes, you should.
Ooh. Lot of quests. I agree, people are overreacting to the Red Wedding. It is something when you read the books that is impressive, but not enough to say, hey, this show kills all the protagonists. I'm not going to watch it again. It is too. Let's talk
Did
to
you
this
see that?
for
I
a
cannot
moment.
believe what this city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
This Valen, is that the king's son?
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power.
That's
It was
good.
Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
Then he's a fucking idiot. I also like Game of Thrones, the books and the series. What I'm talking about is the reactions of people to the Red Wedding, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Let me speak to this woman. What do you know of this Lord Harrowmont?
Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the assembly to endorse Harrowmont.
Hello, Sword. That's the first time someone said I talked like a dwarf. Why such hate for Valen?
Everybody knows he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame. And many question whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along.
That wouldn't surprise me if Balin killed his father. Okay. Did you know King Endrin?
Only as a potential match for one of his sons. He was a good king, stern and fair and just.
Well, Boto, J.R.R. Martin has said that he, in fact, based uh, the storyline in the War of the Roses. How did he die?
He died in bed after his eldest son was murdered, and the assembly condemned his second son for it. I cannot blame him for preferring to join the ancestors in eternal peace, if Balin didn't murder him himself.
EMP, that was because it was Memorial Day in the United States. A holiday or something. So, Harman, this the right one to rule?
He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less.
And who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, third daughter of the second matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger? What brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
Let's answer the question, why not? I am Annus, a Great Warden, and I'm here seeking aid.
A Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean?
I have a treaty compelling Orzammar to aid against the Blight.
A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to get you an audience.
Okay, so let's talk about Game of Thrones. No, what I was saying is that people start talking that this show is too ruthless. They kill people left and right. Why do we turn on the TV every Sunday to just be exposed to brutal murders and whatever? That's bullshit. People are babies. Ah, you are. Then I won't speak anymore, EMP. I thought you were caught up. I won't spoil what happened then. But that's the reaction to a particular scenario. No, I won't spoil it because you need to see it really if you haven't experienced it. You know? Okay, life in Orzammar. The dwarves of Orzammar are quite unlike those found in most human cities. Although Orzammar derives its vast wealth from trade with human kingdoms, all dwarves who come to the surface to trade are stripped of their positions in society. Dwarven merchants are so ubiquitous in human cities that many people labor under the impression that all dwarves are merchants, or that their whole race worships coins and trade. But these surface dwarves are atypical creatures, the ones willing to give up all their ties to their king and sacrifice their rank in order to conduct business. Below ground, the dwarves are a people obsessed with honor, their own and that of their family. Most nobles incorporate chainmail even into formal gowns, because slights and insults often turn deadly. Uh, they are people who revere excellence and strive to achieve it in all things. And members of the servant caste who have been elevated to paragons, usually posthumously in recognition of a remarkable service. From the book of Brother Genji TV. Well, I don't know, but you cannot fault Game of Thrones of that left-wing influence you say. That's one reason people complain so
Welcome
much.
to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail. At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
Because the noble, the honorable, the good guys are getting slaughtered like fucking crazy people. That's what happens in the real world most of the time. Alright. You know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrowmont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Yeah, every season someone good dies. First it was Ned Stark. Then it was, who was it in season 2? I don't know. I don't remember. Well, that guy, the the leader of the crows. He was also a good guy that got killed. Are you part of the Smith's cast?
Aye, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face you're not a smith yourself.
Just let me see what you have.
Of course. Keep in mind we also take items on trade.
Yeah, the Dragon Queen is Dany Targaryen or Daenerys Targaryen, whatever her actual name is. Let's sell this garbage. Fuck, he won't take it. She is good looking, yeah. She has appeared a couple of times naked, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. A couple of times. Well, that's just your masochistic, not masochistic, machismo talking bottle. But yeah. But the Targaryen woman is an exception. Most women are treated like garbage in that series. Just like most women were in the Middle Ages. And most people treat her with respect because she has dragons. And some actually do like her, but not many. Can I sell him?
A Trastvala stranger. Here for armor or conversation?
You want her to die? Well, you will have to watch and see. Okay,
Of
let me
course.
see if I can sell him this. Ah, that he took. That's good. Well, I have 40. 40 inventory is enough. Yeah, of course.
Ancestors guard my son.
She's been exploited for her looks.
Mothers keep him safe, for you know what it is to mourn.
Okay, she's praying to a paragon, it seems. But what woman isn't, really? In entertainment, I mean.
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Ah, an ancestor, not a paragon. What? She fucked her brother? No, she didn't. What are you praying for?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rock. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
What happened to him?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Ah, you were talking about Cersei, MP. Okay, that's different. The Deep Roads!
The Deep Roads are where Darkspawn come from. They descend for miles into the earth, and we must patrol them constantly or be overrun. I lost my husband to them. If I lost my son the same way...
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by Darkspawn that way.
That's a good question. What would you give me for a safe return?
You're asking what I would pay for your services?
Yes.
I have little money since my husband died. But wait, I saved his shield, the masterpiece my husband smithed.